Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on Ag Aim in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Cabus. Kansas is often referred to as the breadbasket of the nation because of its vast amount of wheat production and research that happens in our state. Today we take a look into Kansas Wheat at their holiday open house and see what innovations are happening for producers around the state. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers. This segment is brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on Ag Aim in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Cabus. Kansas Wheat recently had a holiday open house at their Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan, Kansas. Take a look.
Today we're having a holiday open house at the Kansas Wheat Innovation Center. And our goal here really is to bring together our neighbors up here in the K-State neighborhood and the Manhattan community and folks from around the state and just celebrate the successes we've had in 2014 in the Kansas wheat industry. The Wheat Innovation Center is located up here on the north campus of Kansas State University in Manhattan. So we have several entities next door and gives us a chance to meet and exchange ideas and collaborate. And so we try to do this on a more regular basis, and today's just more of a celebration time for this time of year.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built by the Kansas Wheat Commission through the Kansas Wheat Checkoff to get improved wheat varieties in the hands of farmers faster. It represents the single largest research investment by Kansas wheat farmers in history. The center was built on land owned by Kansas State University. The Kansas Wheat Commission has had a 50-year lease on the property.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center is really buzzing and active right now. This center is a collaboration between public and private entities. So we have Kansas State University working in here alongside some other food companies, and we're really advancing wheat research and genetics. Right now the greenhouses that we have here at the Innovation Center are full, doing research projects, making double haploids, which helps advance the wheat breeding variety development time. And we're really excited that coming this spring in 2015, we'll start construction on some additional greenhouse expansion here at the Kansas Wheat Innovation Center to provide more space for not only the researchers here, but some at Kansas State University. So we're just going to ramp up wheat research that much more next year.
Construction on the $11 million Kansas Wheat Innovation Center began in October of 2011, and the facility was completed in November of 2012.
Well, here in the Wheat Innovation Center, we have a molecular biology laboratory, we have an advanced wheat breeding laboratory, we have a wheat genetics laboratory, and not only laboratory space, but we have 13 indoor growth rooms where our scientists can grow wheat all year round. A lot of our capacity is focused on that double haploid work. It's a process of about a year to make a double haploid plant. And basically what happens is a wheat breeder sends us a packet of seeds. 11 months later, we send them back a packet of seeds, and they've jumped 5 or 6 years ahead in the wheat variety development process. So that cuts that time in half, and that's a big focus here. What that allows us to do is get new wheat genetics out to farmers a lot faster.
The center also includes 15,000 square feet of state-of-the-art laboratory space, where Heartland Plant Innovation conducts research dedicated to new genetic traits and technologies for wheat. Kansas Wheat wants to advocate the development of new wheat varieties that improve the value of wheat to all parties in the United States supply chain and improve it for bakers and consumers.
So wheat genetics research focused towards the consumer angle is a lot is focused on some food quality issues. The quality of the wheat is always something in the back of our minds. We want to have a good quality wheat that makes a good flour for bakers, but also in the baked goods that consumers buy. It's a healthy product. We're looking at whole grain research, making sure people understand the benefits of having whole grain wheat in their diet as part of their diet. We're also trying to get the facts out about gluten intolerance and gluten-free, and making sure people understand who can eat gluten and who cannot eat gluten. So we're doing some research on that also.
This hog is Hanover hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
This segment is brought to you by Central National Bank. Put our ag professionals to work for you.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on Ag AM in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Cabas. Kansas Wheat recently had a holiday open house at their Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan, Kansas. Take a look. Gluten is a protein composite found in wheat and related grains, including barley and rye. Gluten gives its elasticity to dough, helping it rise and keep its shape, and often gives the final product a chewy texture. Gluten is used in cosmetics, hair products, and other beauty preparation products.
When we talk about gluten of course is the protein in wheat that gives you the ability to make a loaf of bread and gives that bread the ability to rise. So there is a problem with gluten for people who have celiac disease. Celiac disease is a problem because it causes that person to have the inability to digest that gluten. That affects about 1 out of every 135 people in the country. So it's about a 1% or less incidence of that disease, and it really does affect those folks seriously. They have to avoid all foods with gluten products in it, and that's not only breads, but gluten is used in a lot of different ingredients, for example in candies and shampoos and even some things like soup. Gluten intolerance is really somewhat of a mythical thing. The serious problem is those who have celiac disease. Those who don't have celiac disease should really try to keep wheat in their diet just because of the nutrition and health benefits that they get from having that in their diet, and some of the gluten-free products are not very healthy for you.
For more than 93% of the world, gluten is perfectly fine. Food fads are nothing new, and they do run their course. Kansas Wheat is trying to combat misconceptions with the American public. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. Gluten also shows up in many whole grain foods related to wheat.
Well, gluten-free is certainly just another diet trend, and we've seen diet trends throughout history in the centuries, and unfortunately wheat has been the target of some of those diet fads in a negative way, whether it's just a gluten-free diet, and a lot of that unfortunately is based on bad science. And so we're just trying to combat that with the facts, and over time we think that message gets out, and this, just like any other fad, will pass by, but there has been a lot of capitalization on it, and the numbers have increased on a gluten-free diet. Really hasn't affected our wheat flour consumption numbers that much here in the United States. So we think with the right information, people will start to understand that it's really not bad for you, and we'll try to reverse that trend.
Kansas Wheat also has a great relationship with the surrounding area, like Kansas State University. Many of the researchers are from Kansas State and are in collaboration with the organization. The partnership helps students, consumers, and researchers that helps production with the producer.
Yeah, so we have a great relationship with Kansas State University, between the university and Kansas wheat farmers through the Kansas Wheat Commission and Association of Wheat Growers. Kansas wheat farmers through the checkoff fund over $1 million of research every year with Kansas State University and the in the College of Agriculture in different departments. The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center is on the university campus. We lease the land from Kansas State University. We work very closely with the university in the sense that researchers work here in the Innovation Center and use some of our research facilities. So it's been a long-standing relationship with Kansas State and Kansas wheat farmers in terms of research, and I don't see that changing anytime.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Turn to a Central National Bank Ag Professional. You'll be in good company. They'll help you track expense lines, manage variable input costs, assess ground agreements, pick a crop protection plan. These times demand ag professionals. Central National Bank. You could profit from what they know. Ag operations run better on Central Time.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
Tar Waters has what you need for all seasons for around the farm and home. Working, hunting, growing, feeding, snow removal, even fun for the kids. And a service department with experienced techs to help keep your equipment in top running condition. Tar Waters has a huge selection and the best prices. Tar Water Farm and Home, family owned and operated since 1978. They have what you need. Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on Ag AM in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Cabas. Kansas Wheat recently had a holiday open house at their Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan, Kansas. Take a look. David Schwem is part of the National Association of Wheat Growers and was present at the open house. The National Association of Wheat Growers was founded more than 60 years ago by producers who wanted to work together for the common good of the industry. Today, NAWAG works with 22 affiliated state associations and many coalition partners on issues as diverse as federal farm policy, environmental regulation, the future commercialization of biotechnology in wheat, and uniting the wheat industry around common goals.
You know, we've had a lot of things going on the national side with wheat growers. Obviously, we recently just, the Senate and the House passed the tax extender bill. That's been really important, especially to a lot of farmers out there, being able to help them manage their tax situations. So we've had that going on, and of course there's some Pacific Partnership going on that we've been working on and dealing with that there. Hoping to get that through to open up some export opportunities with our Pacific partners. Kind of some new things that's kind of affecting a lot of people right now is the Cuba talks with what the president just announced too.
The National Association of Wheat Growers' strength comes from the grassroots of wheat growers across the country who research issues, set policy, and educate policymakers in Washington, D.C. about how these issues affect the nation's wheat farms. Farmers who step up to represent their state associations on the National Association of Wheat Growers Board of Directors serve as the crucial link between individuals and wheat growers, the state organizations and the national organizations in Washington, D.C.
Okay. Well, I'm Secretary-Treasurer of the National Association of Wheat Growers. We're based in Washington, D.C. We're a organization of 22 member states, of wheat-producing states, grower members, and we very much pride ourselves on a grassroots operation. Our board members are made up of farmers, and our officers are made up of farmers. And what we're able to do is basically to listen and hear the concerns of our producers out there and be able to take that and communicate that to our legislatures there. So that's kind of what NAWG is made up of.
NAWG works in conjunction with many state associations. Though these state associations themselves vary in size, composition, and resources, leaders from all of them come together to create a strong national organization.
Obviously, with Kansas being a #1 wheat producer, they are a vital and very important member to the National Association of Wheat Growers. The wonderful partnership that was there is actually the Kansas Wheat Growers was originally formed, and the members that originally formed it were the leading roles in forming the National Association back in the 50s. So there remains that strong tie right now, and it's really important. One of the focuses or one of the priorities of NAWG is to be able to help promote the research side of it, and this is what has put the Kansas Wheat Innovation Center here really in the lead role in the nation, not just in the state, but in the nation, being able to bring both public and private partnerships together to be able to advance wheat research. And so it's a really unique building and opportunity that exists here at the Wheat Innovation Center. And it's something that it's been very exciting to be able to work here at a state level, but also a national level too.
Hey folks, Dr. Dan from Doc Talk. If you miss us on Monday morning, you can join us at 6:30 a.m. every Sunday morning on RFD TV. Doc Talk has a national following. We're sure glad that you joined us on Mondays, but if you miss us and you want to catch us out on a Sunday morning, get up at 6:30 a.m. and we'll be right there, RFD TV, 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll see you down the road.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
No matter where, no matter why, the Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help?
How can we help?
When your living depends on agriculture, you can depend on KFRM 550 AM. If you're in the southwest three-fourths of Kansas or the northern half of Oklahoma, catch us at 550 AM on the radio dial. But if that isn't you, listen on your cell phone at TuneIn Radio or on your computer at KFRM.com. We promise to keep you informed, entertained, and company as you go through your day. KFRM 550 AM, the voice of the plains. We would like to join your management team.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We're having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
Ag AM in Kansas is brought to you in part by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
The Kansas Wheat Commission is a grower-funded, grower-governed advocacy organization working to secure the future of Kansas wheat in the global market. Through international trade, research, export system studies, and the continual improved varieties of wheat. Its mission is to increase wheat producer productivity and profitability through research, education, and domestic and international market development. The Kansas Wheat Commission is funded by a voluntary 2-cent assessment on each bushel of wheat produced in Kansas. Scott Vale Halen is the chairman of the Kansas Wheat Commission and is traveling to South America to maintain the market share in those countries.
I'll have the opportunity the end of February to travel to the Latin American countries of Colombia, Costa Rica, and Mexico at a trade team sponsored by U.S. Wheat. We're going there to promote the sale of hard red winter wheat, and not necessarily hard red winter, but all classes of wheat. But my main concern is hard red winter wheat, which we grow here in Kansas. They are big customers all through Central and America for us. We have approximately an 80% market share in those countries, and we hope to maintain and improve that market share. Any exports are very important to Kansas wheat. Kansas has to export approximately 50% of its crop overseas. Domestic use will use the rest of that, our production, but basically year in and year out, 50% of our production has to go overseas to keep our markets strong.
The Wheat Associates is the export market development organization for the U.S. wheat industry. USW promotes quality and value of all 6 U.S. wheat classes to wheat buyers, millers, bakers, food processors, and government officials in more than 100 countries around the world.
Kansas Wheat, we help support U.S. Wheat Associates. It's a national organization of all the states that produce wheat. They use funds that They use funds provided by the U.S. government to help promote and feed the poorer sectors of those countries where exports are needed, with export enhancement programs, funds to help them purchase, loan guarantees, that type of thing, so that they can purchase our products so they can feed their people.
The Kansas Wheat Commission has many sponsored groups internationally and works very hard for producers.
In terms of trade?
I guess well, in terms of international relationships.
With our new office here in Manhattan, the Kansas Wheat Commission, Kansas Association of Wheat Growers have sponsored many groups from overseas come through our offices. They see what the Kansas farmers are doing here with research and investment in our own products. They enjoy being able to come and visit the harvest fields during wheat harvest. They see where the product comes from and get to track it all the way through.
Well, I think you just answered my second question. So thank you for watching this episode of Farm Factor on Ag AM in Kansas. For more of Farm Factor, or if you want to view this program again, visit us on www.agaminkansas.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. So have a good day with good luck.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.